I'm salty, nut. I'm salty, yes I'm salty the nut. I'm salty the nut.
So that's it. The Biden-Harris bandwagon has rolled into town. Bandwagon, Trojan horse more like, and welcome to Capitol Hill by the Democrat horde, carrying its Kamala-shaped cargo hidden in plain sight. Joe Biden may have been inaugurated, but this is nothing more, however, than Democrat sleight of hand, of which the great Lafayette himself would be proud. Like David Copperfield's Statue of Liberty, Biden will disappear into the night, leaving Kamala wearing the crown and holding the torch and scapular. None of these illusions compare to the Democrats' finest trick, however, convincing the world that 80 million people voted for President Biden. And let us not forget, President Biden has already spent 8 years on Capitol Hill. That's right, as Vice President Barack Obama, the only thing he achieved was running out of bombs to drop. But while he is president, JB will no doubt treat the seat of power with the respect and the dignity that it deserves. And one of the first things that President Biden will have to address is the racial tension in the USA.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
And high-flying Joe will no doubt want to clip the wings of corporate greed.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much.
You're telling me, Joe, but don't worry, we know that you're the man for the job.
I'm among many qualified people. I'm the best qualified person for this job.
Anyone who reaches the heady height of high office has to be a high achiever. And on that front, JB is no exception. He has no less than 3 degrees. What's that? He doesn't have 3 degrees. But he told people that he did. Isn't that lying? Ah, okay. It's misremembering. But he did finish in the top half of his class. What's that? He didn't finish in the top half of his class. But he told people that he did. Isn't that lying? Ah, it's misremembering. But he did still get a full scholarship, and that's something. What's that? He didn't go to college on a full scholarship. But he told people that he did. Isn't that lying? Ah, it's still not lying, it's misremembering. Honest Joe. What's that? We can't use honest. Fake news. Banned from social media. We're not having much luck here, are we, Joe? Of course, President Biden will be responsible for many things, including managing the economy.
Cost 1/30th. Costs a lot of money. Almost $740 billion to do what I want to do over 10 years. But not $30 trillion. Not $30 trillion.
Fortunately, President Biden's counting skills would give renowned Labour Party MP and numberphile Diane Abbott a run for her money. President Biden has in the past been accused of plagiarising some of the greatest political minds of our time, including Robert Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, and Lord Neil Kinnock. Despite the fact that the former Welsh Labour leader received virtually no votes in the UK, JB thought that it would be a good idea to include his words in a speech or two. Without acknowledgement, of course. Frankly, I'm amazed that Biden had ever heard of Lord Kinnock. Let's face it, no one in the UK has. Ah, but wait a minute. Socialist Lord Neil Kinnock, despite being completely unelected, was appointed as head of Joe's beloved EU. Perhaps that's what brought him to President Joe's attention. Luckily for us, President Biden has joined us from the White House. Can you tell us again why it is that you think that 80 million plus Americans voted for you?
I'm among many qualified people. I'm the best qualified person for this job.
What do you say to the people who accuse you of being less than truthful to them in their hour of need with regard to the $2,000 stimulus check that you promised the American people?
It's a good question. Number one, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
And what would you say to the black men in prison without hope of release despite the fact that they are found guilty of minor offences and who in many cases are completely innocent?
Dealer and say, no, I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Well, thank you, Joe. We really appreciate you taking time out from your inauguration to join us here on The Salty Show. Whilst on the campaign trail, 46th President Joe Biden campaigned in Flint, Michigan, where officials poisoned their own people by allowing lead to contaminate the drinking water. Ingesting lead can have many effects, including on the brain and speech. It has not been confirmed whether or not President Biden drank any of the tap water during his visit, but this could explain quite a lot, however.
Salty, I'm salty, I'm salty, not. I'm salty, yes I'm salty, salty, not. I'm salty, not.